Hello and welcome to day 3 of the Giddy Knits Vlogmas 2018. We are going to be doing the Fibre Friends Tag question thing. I've probably got the name wrong. Over to you.
I was planning to do this later in Vlogmas anyway, but then I succeeded in deleting the entirety of today's Vlogmas footage, so we're doing it a bit earlier than planned. I have shamelessly stolen the questions from Mina Phillip, Knitting Expat's Fibre Friends Tag that she did with her husband, because she posted them all on her video, so that made it a lot easier. So I have a list of 35 questions to ask you.
35?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are convinced that you are going to know everything?
I'm probably not.
So yeah, they're all kind of fibre related, knitting related, yarn related, things related to my knitting hobby and all of that kind of thing.
Yep. Do I get a grade at the end?
I should have introduced you.
Hello again. I'm Tom. I am Helen's husband.
There we go. Okay, well, let's start at the beginning, because the first question is, how did we meet, and can you tell everybody a little bit about our relationship history?
Okay. So we both kind of grew up in Cornwall, and we both happened to have one summer, the same summer job, which was tour guiding at Goonhilly Satellite Earth Station. So we were both tour guides together, and we would stand on a bus wearing horrible uniform.
You liked my uniform.
One of many things that I like about you. And we talked about big satellite dishes and things, and that's where we met. And that was what?
Can you remember what year?
No.
2006.
2006. There you go. So that's, what, 12 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, 12, nearly 13 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we are married. How long have we been married?
Nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
It'll be our 10th anniversary in April. See, April. Got that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's how we met. Okay, so was I a knitter when we met?
No.
That is true. I wasn't a knitter when we met. I think I started knitting it must be about 8 years ago, because I started knitting when my friend Kathy had her little girl, who is, I want to say 8, but if I've got that wrong, Kathy, I'm sorry. And I knit a hideous acrylic cardigan for her, which I don't think she ever wore. But that's why I learnt to knit. So yeah, no, I wasn't a knitter when we first met.
No. Do I get a mark?
You can have a point for that. I'm not tallying up your points.
Okay.
It's not a competition.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your favourite thing that I've knit for you?
My scrappy socks.
That was an easy answer, wasn't it? And why do you like the scrappy socks so much?
Because they make no sense and they don't match themselves, let alone each other. And they're wonderful and I really like them. They're crazy.
And he said that from now on, I only ever have to knit him one sock because he wants to wear odd socks all the time.
Yeah. So
that makes life a lot easier. What's your favourite thing that I've knit in general?
Ooh. Probably the Huhi Locatelli shawl that you did.
Oh, my 3-colour cashmere shawl?
Yes.
3-colour cashmere shawl.
With the purple.
The sparkly
and the
purple.
2 greys. Yeah.
There we go. I knit that a long time ago, so that's...
Yeah, it was one of the first shawls, big projects you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was the second shawl I knit, but it was definitely it was the first kind of big hand-dyed project I did, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of know the answer to this one, but we'll see. Does it annoy you when I knit in public?
No.
No, didn't think you'd say that. You encourage me to knit in public more than anything. What is your favourite fibre festival that you've been to with me? And you have been to 2 different ones, I think, so...
I have, haven't I? Yeah. So Fibre East.
Was that your favourite one?
That was a good one. Yeah.
Can you remember the other one you went to?
Unravel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you liked Fibre East better?
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it was bigger. It was the second one, so I more knew what I was about. Yeah.
And I think I'd just started dyeing yarn when you came to Fibre East.
Yeah.
I think my shop had opened on the 16th of July and Fibre East we went to Fibre East on the 28th of July.
Yes.
So, yeah, you had a bit more of an idea about yarn in general then.
Yeah.
Do you hate it when I drag you to yarn shops?
No.
I knew you were going to say that. What is the coolest thing you've learned about knitting? Good question.
The coolest thing that I've learned about knitting? Well, there's lots of cool things about knitting. One of the things I really like is that it's basically just tying a knot, but it's like a really elaborate knot that you can wear. So that's really cool. Yeah, I think that's probably the coolest thing about knitting.
Okay, that knitting is a really elaborate knot that you can wear.
Yeah, it's just tying a knot, but like done really well. And towards an end.
Yeah, that's kind of true. It's kind of true. Have you ever wanted to learn to knit?
I did try once. I knit like a 2-inch square-ish. Maybe I got halfway through it. And it was terrible. But I could see the attraction, but it didn't quite take me.
You're slowly moving out of frame. You need to snuggle up a bit more.
Yeah, come back.
I've lost track of the questions now.
Just assume I get them right.
Does it bother you when I buy yarn or knitting stuff?
No. I think you should buy more.
Biggest enabler ever.
Eventually you'll do that cardigan for me.
Wait.
You buy enough.
Keep that in mind. What do you think about me podcasting?
I think it's amazing. And I'm incredibly proud of you being so brave and doing it so well.
Oh, he's sweet, isn't
You vetted me well, that's fine.
he? He hasn't seen the questions ahead of time. I can't remember if you've watched a Fibre Friends Tag. Have you not? No, I don't think you have watched any, have you?
No.
Okay, this is a fun one. Can you tell me the different weights of yarn?
All of them?
As many as you can think of.
Okay, so let's just start small and work up, shall we? So lace weight.
Yeah.
Fingering weight.
Yeah.
Double knitting.
Yeah.
They may not be in exact order. Worsted.
Yeah.
Aran.
Yeah.
Probably some other ones above that, and between that and chunky. Is chunky a thing, or is that just
yeah,
like
I think once you get above Aran, it gets a bit confusing as to what is British terms and American terms. You get chunky and you get bulky and you get super bulky, but I'm not 100% sure whether bulky and chunky are the same thing or not.
Uh-huh.
But there is one between fingering and DK. You did really well to get the one to get worsted between DK and Aran.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There should be like a triple knit.
I think that's like. I think what's DK's an 8-ply, so I don't know. A triple knit would be a 12-ply, I guess, but I don't know whether that might just be a chunky.
No, that's all I can think of.
It's sport weight as well, but that's kind of more American, so I'm not surprised you didn't know.
Now you've said that, it rings a bell.
Yeah. That was quite impressive, though. I was impressed you got lace weight too.
I'm not sure it is.
There we go. He knows his yarn.
Only some yarn.
Do you have, apart from me, obviously, do you have a favourite yarn dyer?
Ooh. There's lots of cool ones.
Can you name some yarn dyers? If you can't pick one, can you name a few? Having been to a few fibre festivals with me, he should be able to name a few.
Yeah.
Name your top 3 or something.
So that hat you did me out of the river knits.
Yeah.
That's amazing, and I really like river knits. Not only because they're on a boat, but also because they make cool yarn.
They're not on a boat anymore.
They're not on a boat anymore?
Well, they don't live on the boat anymore. They still dye yarn in the boat.
Oh, that's the main thing. Dyeing yarn on the boat. Yeah, let's go with river knits.
Yeah, I thought that was what you were. I did think that's what you were going to say. You really like this. And you really like a BFL. And they do a lot of BFL bases. The hat I knit you was a BFL
Yeah, I
base
prefer
as well.
it on a sock, but yeah.
Yeah. There we go. He has a favourite yarn dyer.
Oh, there's probably other ones I like. My favourite at the moment. Changed in a few minutes.
Now, you should be able to answer this question. How much does an average skein of indie dyed yarn cost?
Ooh, well, between like 15 and 17 quid.
Maybe even higher than 17, but yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's go with 17-ish.
And if you were asked to buy me some yarn, what yarn would you buy me?
Well, I'd buy you fingering weight.
Yeah.
And what do you mean? What would I buy you? Like colour?
Colours.
Style,
Oh yeah,
dyer?
colours. Yeah, all of those things.
Well, I'd buy you lots of different things. Something grey.
I do like a bit of grey.
Or something purple. Something interesting, lots of colours, variegated, crazy. But then also something semi-solid. I can just name all the different kind of
Yeah,
styles
to
of
be
stuff.
fair, this question is a bit rubbish for Tom because he does buy me yarn quite often. For those of you that have watched the podcast more regularly, so I keep seeing the flickering of flames in the background, and it's the
fire.
candles.
It's
It's
a
not
fire.
the house on fire.
It's a fire, but it's a controlled fire.
Yeah, he does buy me quite a bit of yarn. So especially when he's been to different countries and to America, he went to Woolen for me when we were in New York last.
So mostly what I do is when I overhear you talking about yarn dyers, or you talk at me about yarn dyers, I Google them and buy their stuff.
Yeah, he does well when it comes to buying yarn. I don't like this next question. I'm going to ask it and just to see what your response is.
Can I critique the question?
How many balls of yarn do you think I could sneak into the house?
Why would you need to sneak them?
Thank you.
But having said that, if you were wearing a coat, you could probably get one in each pocket, some inside. Like I reckon you could probably sneak in maybe 10 before you noticed. But why you'd need to, I'm not sure. Other than for fun.
It's become a bit of a thing at the moment in kind of the whole knitting world because there's been a lot of jokes made on certain pages about people hiding yarn from their, they have to hide yarn in the boot of their car, or they've just bought more yarn and they've got to find somewhere to hide it from their husband. And it's obviously quite indicative of kind of not very healthy relationships if you're having to hide your purchases from your other half.
And patriarchy.
Yeah, this man is quite a feminist, so we won't get him started on all the the feminist stuff. Not that being a feminist is a bad thing.
Yeah,
That came
imagine one of the reasons you might want to hide your yarn from your husband is because he wants to steal it and knit things himself.
There we go.
Not that I know how to knit, but I do want to steal your yarn.
Or you might want to steal it so that I would knit you something out of it. And I might want to knit something out of it myself.
Leave it surreptitiously on your pillow with a pattern.
That would be good, you could do that. I might not get round to knitting the pattern for you for like 6 years, but the thought would be appreciated. I've lost track again. What goes through your mind when I take you to a yarn shop or a fibre festival?
Colours. It's about colours mostly.
Yeah, you're quite artistic, aren't you? So the colours appeal to you.
Yeah.
He's really helpful at a yarn festival because he is really good at kind of putting together colours and helping me choose colours and patterns. And as I said, biggest enabler ever.
Mostly I say, yes, buy it, when you hesitate.
You do. Here we go. Going back to what you were saying earlier. What do you want me to knit you?
Cardigan.
Yeah.
Fingering weight cardigan.
A fingering weight cardigan? You hadn't said that.
I did, and you said, no, I'm doing you a DK one. Which is fine.
Yeah, it's not going to happen for ages. It's taken me most of this year to not finish a DK weight jumper for me.
Your second one, I had. I've yet to have a cardigan.
One day. I've got yarn to knit Arthur a jumper first.
That's true.
What do you... Oh no, I've missed one. What thing that I've knit you do you wear the most?
Probably socks.
Yeah, you probably wear socks the most.
Yeah.
You wear socks whenever they're clean.
Yeah, I mean, I wear the hat and the cowl I wear when it's cold, but only when it's cold. Whereas socks I wear more regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My throat's getting all...
The pumpkin patch socks are probably the ones I wear the most.
Okay.
Because I really like them, but they're not quite as precious as the...
As the scrappy socks?
Yeah.
Oh, he thinks the scrappy socks are precious. What do you think of my stash?
Not big enough. Yeah, that's the main thing I think about.
You know that...
And there's a nice variety of stuff, and I like all the...
You know that huge, great box that I had to keep all the Advent minis in?
Yeah.
That not quite all the Advent minis fitted in?
Yeah.
That is currently my entire stash.
Yeah, it could be bigger. Yeah.
I think he wants me to have more yarn than I can actually cope with.
Yeah.
How
to be surrounded in it.
do you want me to be like Amber of Yarn Hoarder yarn levels?
What's the term for when you get more yarn than you can possibly knit up before? You
Sable.
Yeah.
Stash acquired beyond life expectancy.
Yeah. That's what you should aim for.
Okay. How does knitting help me as a person?
It makes you calmer. Makes you happier. It gives you something to do when we're watching TV or something, or I'm doing nothing. Because then that in itself helps you be calmer, happier. Yeah.
You noticed he sidled away from me again.
Oh,
Come back in.
keep...
You just put your chair up. There we go. That's better. He doesn't want to be close to me tonight.
You're asking me lots of very aggressive questions.
How do you explain me being a knitter or a yarn dyer to other people?
I say, my wife dyes yarn. And they go, what? And I go, yarn, wool.
Yeah.
She dyes it in our
Do you know what?
kitchen.
People never understand that. You always, when people ask you what you do and you say you dye yarn, the number of times you have to repeat it before they understand what that actually is ridiculous. Maybe it's the way I say yarn that people don't know what that is. Or maybe yarn. See, yarn
It's a less common term, I think.
It is. I think maybe it is. Maybe it is a less common, but it's not wool.
It's an accurate term.
Because it's a blend. Most of my bases are a blend with nylon in, so
yeah,
it's more accurate.
Yeah, but once they appreciate what yarn is, they go, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then you get the classic, oh, I knit sometimes, and you're like, yeah, you knit £3 balls from the charity shop.
Yeah, lowercase k.
Yeah.
And then I make a joke about not being able to cook in the kitchen because you're busy dyeing yarn.
I need a studio. Another weird question. Can I yarn bomb the house? Do you know what yarn bombing is?
Yeah. I would say you are both allowed to, and I think you have the capacity to.
Do you think I'd want to?
No, but that's not the question. Can you? Yes.
No, thanks.
Fine. You also can.
Okay, here you go. Do you know the difference between knitting, crochet, spinning, and weaving?
Yes.
Can you explain the difference between those four things?
Okay. Spinning is when you turn it's probably the wrong term, but the fleece into yarn.
Oh, that's the term,
using
fleece,
a spinning wheel or equivalent. Weaving is like with a loom, the warp and the weft, and it goes back and forth, and the bits go up and down. I learned about it in history. I'm not going to talk about that. And then crochet is with the hook, and you kind of tie your knot using the hook, and then knitting is with the knitting needles. You knit
The knitting needles.
like that. What shape are your needles?
I have circular needles.
Yeah, but the ends are like that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, it's just... There we are.
Anyway, that's the difference.
Yeah, and he's right. He's right. He's got it. What do you wish my hobby was if I didn't knit?
Oh.
Or what would you rather what would you wish I washed there? Can't talk now. What do you wish I did if I didn't knit?
I don't know.
It's an odd question.
It is an odd question.
I feel like the response is meant to be something along the lines of, well, if you didn't spend so much time knitting, then maybe the house would be cleaner or my dinner would get cooked. But that is also completely patriarchal and inappropriate.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because you've never had a hobby before you've been so invested in that I can't imagine you having a hobby as meaningful as your hobby
No,
knitting. I mean, you've dabbled with lots of other bits and bobs, typically crafty stuff.
Yeah, and also kind of music stuff with
Oh yeah,
because I play the clarinet. I used to play the clarinet. I haven't picked it up really. I haven't picked it up at all since Jasper was born, and it's been a while since I played it at all. But before we moved up to London, I used to play in a military volunteer band, a Navy volunteer band.
Yeah, and you were very good.
Yeah, so I guess that was kind of a hobby pre-knitting. It was kind of still while I knit, but not.
Yeah, let's go with that then.
Okay.
Music.
Do I embarrass you when I knit in public or at family functions?
That's not why you embarrass me, no.
Thanks. Maybe I should add in, why do I embarrass you when I'm in public or at family functions?
Well, then nothing. You don't embarrass me. Least of all, you're knitting.
This could be a little bit of a minefield, and I've got no idea whether your parents or any of your family would watch this. So think about that before you answer the question.
Okay.
What does your family think about me knitting or dyeing yarn?
They also think it's wonderful. My mother has bought your yarn.
Your mother has bought my yarn, and she has knitted with my yarn.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she always asks how the shop's going. And
She does.
thinks you're very industrious.
Yes. Yes, she does.
Yeah.
Industrious.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll move on from that swiftly. What do I knit the most of?
Socks.
Probably.
Oh, no, sorry. Yarn.
Into.
You knit yarn a lot.
I knit yarn a lot, yeah.
With yarn. To socks. Socks.
It's got to the point, hasn't it, where the boys just know. Jasper, they were singing, we do bedtime song when the boys are in bed. And as I came down tonight, Thom was doing the bedtime songs and they were doing Wheels on the Bus. And they said, so we do the Mummies on the Bus. And Jasper goes, knit, 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 knit. The Mummies on the Bus go, knit, knit, knit.
They do.
Yeah, in our house.
All the way home.
Definitely. Yeah. Have you ever watched my podcast?
I must confess, I've never watched a whole episode.
No, I think you've probably watched some of the earlier ones. Not so much.
I watched all the Vlogmas last year.
You did watch because you were in America. Were you in America? No, you were in Australia.
I was in Australia.
Were you in Hong Kong?
No, I was in Australia.
Where were you last year?
Australia. Melbourne.
This is the 1st December in
3 years?
3 years maybe?
No, 4.
3 or 4
The
years.
previous 3 years I've been away.
Okay, so yes, it's the 1st December in 3 or 4 years that you're not going away for
Another hemisphere.
a couple of weeks.
I will be next year.
You will be next year, of course, yeah.
Byron Bay.
So yeah, it's nice to have him here all November?
Yep.
All December for a change.
And November.
But yeah, no, I remember you watching the Vlogmas because you quite enjoyed it because it kept you up to date with what I was up to and what the boys were doing as well.
Yeah.
I've got lost again. Okay, knitting acronyms.
Ooh.
So can you, I think you might know some of these. I might have to pick some others as well before. But anyway. So what does WIP stand for?
Work in progress.
Ding. See, that was me giving you a point.
It's the closest I get to a point, is it?
Yeah.
Ephemeral ding.
FO?
Finished object.
Ding! How about a UFO?
An unfinished object? But isn't that just a work in progress? There's an overlap there.
I think.
Or is it what you've given up on?
Yeah, I think a UFO. A UFO is generally the term for the unfinished object that is sitting at the back of the drawer that is unlikely to ever get pulled back out again.
Oh, that you're not currently working on.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the distinction. That's fine.
KAL.
Knit along.
Yeah.
Commonly referred to as a cowl. So that took me a minute because normally you don't
Yes,
say
I know.
the initials.
That's where. Yeah, because like in the same way that a work in progress is often referred to as a whip.
Yep.
DPN.
Double pointed needles.
See, I said I'd know these.
Well, that's an easy one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of more knitting acronyms.
What about a VPN?
A very pointy needle?
Yeah, that would be.
What were you going for?
Virtual private network.
Oh. Not knitting related at all.
Well, no, except that you do a lot of stuff online. So
I do.
maybe it's slightly related. No, it's not related. That's all. Carry on.
I'm trying to think of whether I can think of any more acronyms, but my mind has gone blank.
Does that mean I win?
You can get 5 points. Do you know what a progress keeper is?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's a little doobry that you attach to your project to keep your progress, so you know where you've got to.
Yeah?
And also so you can track how far you've gone from that point.
Yeah? Yeah. He knows his stuff. What do you think about my yarn dyeing business? What do you think of Giddy yarns?
It's incredible. It's amazing. It's wonderful. I'm incredibly proud of what you're doing and the way you're doing it. And it's just brilliant.
It's quite soppy, isn't
No,
he is very supportive. Considering that Tom does most of the cooking in our household, the joke about me using the kitchen to dye yarn all the time and him not getting to cook is actually quite accurate.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah. I dye everything in the kitchen, and yeah, the amount of time you've had and the amount of space you've had to be able to cook and do other things has, reduced a lot.
Yeah, a lot of oven cooked dinners.
A lot of oven cooked dinners. Yeah. Do you have a favourite colourway that I've dyed? So I've changed, actually, I'm going to say this. I've changed these last few questions. These were a few questions that Mina Phillip changed from hers to relate to kind of patterns and designing. So I've kind of changed them back to relate to yarn dyeing. So, do you have a favourite colourway that I've dyed?
You have some colourways that I really like.
Okay.
I would not like to pick a single favourite.
Okay, tell me the ones.
So I really like 11.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
that's one of my Stranger Things inspired colourways.
Blues and pinks and undyed. It's nice. Pumpkin Patch. I love Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah.
Because I like autumnal colours, which you don't, despite your dress.
No, I do like autumnal colours. I'm just not as keen on the browns and.
Yeah. So I really like Pumpkin Patch. Bubblegum unicorn cupcake with sprinkles.
Really?
That's a classic. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, that's brilliant. And some of the ones you've done for your kind of Christmas, your minis.
Oh yeah, the advents. Yeah, you
some
can't say
them
any
stand
of
out. I can't
those.
say any of those.
They're being opened currently.
One or two of those are really nice. Yeah, give it those.
Brilliant. Do you think either of the kids will knit?
Yeah, I reckon I'll give it a go. I reckon Arthur will give it a go. He's already tried once.
I've given yarn dyeing a go.
Yeah.
He loved that. He really enjoyed
He wants
that.
to do that again.
He does want to do that again. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still some kiddie yarns in the shop if anybody's interested.
Oh, when Jasper came down this morning to see the tree,
Yeah.
he went straight. We've got a crochet star, and he went straight to it. He was exploring all of the decorations, and he found that one. He started stroking it. Started going, oh, yarn, 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 yarn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure yarn and knit were two of Jasper's first words.
Yeah. Along with Minion and Bowser.
Yeah, Mimo.
Bow. He's a well-balanced child.
What do you think? Oh, okay, so I'm trying to read my handwriting. I had to squeeze this last question right on the bottom of the page. Because this is the last question.
The last question?
Yep.
Have I got any wrong so far?
No.
Excellent.
Wow.
34.
What do you think, what goes through your mind when you ask me when I'm going to be done and I say, just one more row?
I think, well, that's exactly right. Why did I ask? Yeah.
It's usually, I've just got to finish my row.
Yeah. Arthur was sitting in bed tonight when we did Wheels on the Bus. Arthur was there pretending to knit, and he was like, I just finished my round, and he was there pretending to knit, and then you can stop talking. I had to keep talking until he finished his round.
Whenever Arthur asks me to do anything and I'm knitting, and I don't even get a chance now, I'll say, just wait a minute, and he'll go, I've just got to finish my row. He's got it sussed.
Yeah, so mostly when you say that, it makes me smile. Because it's very natural, predictable, normal.
Me.
Yeah.
Well, that is all the questions.
Excellent.
Do you have any questions? Oh, nobody's done that. Have you got any questions about knitting and yarn and stuff?
Oh, right, so it's not that I now ask you questions about legal philosophy?
No, because I wouldn't have a clue.
No.
You can try.
No, that's fine. I don't think I have any burning questions that you haven't already answered.
Well, that didn't add a lot of interest then, did it?
Okay, yeah, I got one. Do you think you'll still be knitting when you're old? Like in 50 years' time, will you still be knitting away?
In 50 years' time, hopefully. I'll be 82.
Yeah, you can't see yourself stopping.
Hopefully not by 82.
If
I'm still alive and still here and still competent, then I will still be knitting.
As long as I'm alive, I will knit.
Yeah.
Good.
Your grandma was still knitting right up to the very, very end.
She was.
You've got a scarf somewhere, I think. It's got quite a lot of dropped holes in it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That'll be me. Dropped holes? Dropped stitches. It's got quite a lot of dropped stitches in it.
Yeah, but it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, we will leave you there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed... Yeah, I hope you enjoyed our little Fibre Tag video. Hopefully tomorrow, when I record Vlogmas footage, I won't delete it all. Hopefully. Yeah, so I will see you again tomorrow. Bye. You do our introductions and see how hard it is.
Well, you keep talking to me. Hello, and welcome to day 3 of the Giddy Knits Vlogmas 2018.
Carry on.
What not? I did an introduction, that's what you wanted.
You can explain what we're doing.
What are we doing?